Okay. It looks like we are in the building. Good morning, millionaires. Good morning, millionaires, man. I hope you are feeling incredible this morning. My name is Haziq Ali. Every morning we do this, 7:30 a.m. Our whole play is to make it so that you can move further, faster, with less effort. Our goal is to create a mindset where every day you're getting a little bit smarter. So every day you can move a little bit further without necessarily working all that much harder. A lot of times it ain't really your skills, man. A lot of times it's your mindset. It's the way you're looking at it. I mean, studies have shown this over and over again that 80% of it is the mindset. You start talking about professional athletes, man, you talking about people that are all the strongest in the world. They're all the fastest in the world. They understand all the strategy and the plays. What makes the difference? It's always the mindset. It's always you looking at yourself and saying, how can I improve? How can I use some of the missteps that I've made to leverage as opposed to loss, as opposed to looking at it like, damn, man, I'm a failure. How can I look at that as like, wow, man, I got some feedback. You got to think about it, man. If you look at this thing the right way, this world is a treasure trove. I'm talking about there are experiences all around you that you can learn from. There are people all around you that you can begin to pick up jewels from. Am I right? I'm talking about millionaires. Only difference between us this year and us last year, right, is all the new information we brought in. Is that a fact? All I'm saying to you is that if you want to earn more, it's important that you learn more. All I'm saying is if you want to be the best you can be, it comes down to one thing. You got to expand your mind to match your goals. Otherwise, your goals start to shrink to match your mind. You hear me? Hope everybody's ready this morning. Make sure you share this broadcast with somebody you love. It's check-in time. Rep your city. You know what I mean? What kind of business do you have anyway? You know, we don't even know, right? What kind of business do you have? We want to know how you help people. How do you impact people? And then where are you located? We try and network, baby. You here nice and early. That means you're supposed to be taking advantage. Let them know where you're from. Let them know what kind of business you have. How we get into it. That's right. Love y'all, man. Good morning, millionaires. We're going to call in on this line in a minute. We getting started in about 2 more minutes. This morning we're talking about perfectionism. Am I right? Good morning, millionaires. You know what I mean? Make sure if you're watching the replay, give us a replay, gang. If you're part of the replays. Where you from this morning? Let them know. Hey, I cannot wait till we kind of break this stuff down, man. I think this is one of those topics that a lot of people ignore when they shouldn't. A lot of us are thinking that perfectionism is this super cool thing. We wear it like it's a badge of honor, like, oh, my big problem. I'll tell you what my problem is. You know, with me, Haziq, I'm just a perfectionist, bro. I'm just a perfectionist, you know? And then we say it like it's dope. So I'm going to challenge that assertion this morning. I'm going to challenge that assertion that it's so dope to consider yourself a perfectionist. I'm going to see if I can't get us to change our mindset a little bit about that this morning. You know what I mean? You down for that? If you're down for that, please share this broadcast with somebody.
You have something special. You have greatness in you. Hello, this is Les Brown, and you're in the right place at the right time.
It's a fact.
Because we're going to bring the millionaire out of you. Just hold on.
Please enter your...
All right, here we go.
Thank you.
All right.
Please announce yourself. All participants are muted. Entry and exit tones are off.
All right. Good morning, millionaires. My name is Haziq Ali. Hopefully you are feeling good this morning. You know what I mean? We got everything from blockchain education in the house. Listen to me. Shouts out to everybody that's checking it out on YouTube, because at the end of the day, what we're looking to do is blow this YouTube side of the game up, and they don't give a damn about you unless you like, comment, or share. So I put it in the caption, no matter whether you're watching on the Facebook page, maybe you're watching on my timeline, maybe you're listening in on the Millionaire Mind Line. All I'm saying is also check us out on YouTube. And if you're watching right now, the replay on YouTube, love, man. Please comment. Please share the love, because our whole mission is to expand the life expectancy of the entrepreneur. We feel like entrepreneurs are God's favorite. We feel like they're the ones that push mankind forward. We feel like you don't have to have a business to be an entrepreneur. As a matter of fact, a lot of business owners ain't even entrepreneurs. I'm talking about entrepreneurs. I'm talking to you if you're looking to make the most out of what you got. The definition of an entrepreneur, y'all, is somebody who pursues opportunity without regard to the resources currently controlled. If you're an entrepreneur, and if you know an entrepreneur, I want to invite you to share this training with him this morning, because this morning we're talking about perfectionism. On that pursuit of opportunities to serve, regardless of the resources currently controlled, we find ourselves in a position where a lot of times we want to get this thing right. We want to make sure that we are doing it correctly. We've been given this vision, and sometimes God gives it to us and it's so big. We like, why me, God? Are you sure? Like, I'm not sure. Nah, I don't think it's ready yet. I don't think I'm ready yet. Check it out. You are enough. That's why every morning we say this affirmation, right? Am I right? All my millionaire minded, let me get it in the comments. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. Listen to me. I'm going to introduce you to a term this morning that's going to change your life, right? Give me a I am enough and then a share. Give me a I am enough and then share this training with somebody. If you know that you know a friend who has a vision inside of them, but they keep on playing around. And it's because they think that they're a perfectionist and they're wearing it like it's some kind of badge of honor. Check this out. I want to switch our mindset up to look at that as a badge of shame. Now, I don't mean that means we got to be all hard on ourselves and start playing ourselves like we weak when we're powerful. But what I am saying is I want us to stop being so proud of this perfectionism thing. I don't know if you know, but there's this thing that goes around. I've been hiring since I was a teenager. You know what I mean? And I'm going to tell you something. I started finding out that people don't really want to work. They just want a job, right? And let me tell you one of the wildest things that you'll hear in a job interview. Malika shows up. It's the last few seconds of the interview. You know what I mean? Everything is going good. Malika done killed this thing, right? This is her dream job. And then I ask her, right? Or then the interviewer asks her, yo, so tell me this. What are some developmental areas that have come up in past performance reviews without missing a beat? You know what Malika says? I'm just too much of a perfectionist. See, people don't get this, but that causes an instant red flag to an employer. That's an instant red flag to a business partner. That's an instant red flag to a partner, period. Because I'm going to tell you something. Perfectionism is the curse of poverty. A lot of people don't realize this, but people rehearse these answers because they think that's the perfect answer to that question. You know, that's a red flag. Just like when somebody say, oh, my problem is I work too hard. Or, oh, my problem is I just care too much. Like, get the hell out of here, dog. Like, who do you think you're talking to? But we don't even get that we playing ourselves. So we wear it like it's this badge of honor. We wear it with pride. Maybe we shouldn't wear it with pride. Life and work ain't perfect, right? It's impossible. It's impossible. Am I right? Keep it real with me. Keep it real with me. Check it out. Millionaires. If you're the kind of person who adapts to ambiguity, millionaire, if you're the kind of person that adapts to uncertainty, if you're the kind of person that finds progress in spite of all of this crap that's around you, you play these mind games with yourself where they might not see the progress, but you notice it. You know, I do this kind of, it's this kind of yoga called Hot Works, where you're doing it in 125 degrees sauna, right? And you're still doing yoga positions and all of that, or you're still riding a bike, or you're still on the elliptical, but it's 125 degrees. You're literally in a sauna. The sweat is pouring off you like somebody turned a water faucet on above your head, except it ain't no faucet. You're like, what is all this pouring off of me onto this mat? And it's all just coming out your body. Insane. But one thing that they always mention to you whenever you're in like the throes of like this passion, right? One thing that they always mention to you is they say, hey, this is a good point to check your progress. Whenever they're putting you through this strenuous thing where it's like, you know, you can't hold this position. The instructor always comes on and says, hey, this is a good place to test your progress. This is a good time to see like how good you're getting, how much better you've gotten. My point to you is that greatness is not a peak. Greatness is a trajectory. So I'm going to give you 5 different ways that perfectionism is actually a curse. If you're ready for the first one, give me a I'm ready and a share. Give me a I'm ready and a share. I know that's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Let's get this thing started, man. I'm going to give you 5 of them this morning. I'm going to give you 5 of them this morning. Let's go. I'm going to give you 5 of them this morning that I think is going to be able to check. I think you're going to get a kick out of this. I'm going to give you 5 of them this morning. Let's go. Let's go. All right, check it out. Check it out. All right, here's the first one, y'all. The first way that perfectionism starts to crush your soul is that it leads to you never starting. Somebody say never starting. Perfectionism is bad because a lot of times perfectionists always want to be sure that their answer is going to be perfect. They want to be sure that their strategy is going to be flawless. You hear what I'm saying to you? And that's impossible because you can't even see the flaws until you get things cracking. But a perfectionism thinks that unless there's certainty, it's safer to just do nothing. Man, that's cold. That's cold because it's absolutely the opposite way that you got to approach things. Listen to me. You got to think of success like breathing. You hear me? You got to think of success like breathing. Check it out. The last breath is important, but what's vital is the next breath. Don't let that go over your head. What I'm saying to you is that a ship is always easier to steer once you got it moving. You hear me? As a matter of fact, with an airplane, 90% of the flight, the airplane is off the course. Flying an airplane is a constant game of recorrection. You're constantly putting the airplane back on. Same thing with driving a boat. There's too many forces. You got the wind blowing, you got the waves. So to not start putting out iPhone until you have iPhone 11 and the iPad and the Apple Watch all ready to go is ridiculous. Millionaires, you need to be asking yourself, instead of how can I make this perfect, ask yourself, what can I do today? What can I do this week? What can I do this month that can help create movement, that can bring on Uncle Mo? Of course, I'm talking about momentum. Millionaires, what you need is momentum. What you need is force of habit. A lot of people going to look at you and think you're disciplined when really what you've done is gotten started. So your habit is a couple of days more strong than the competitions, a couple weeks stronger of a habit than a counterpart. It's a couple months stronger of a habit than some rookie. It's a couple years stronger of a habit than some average, mediocre bench rider. You get what I'm saying to you? But the reason that you're so much better is because you started so much earlier. Perfectionism will have you never starting at all. Am I making sense? Somebody say, get started today and give me a share. Get started today and give me a share if you're ready for number 2. Get started today and give me a share if you're ready for number 2. Get started today and give me a share if you're ready for number 2, y'all. Get started today. Get started today. You don't understand how much we need that idea you playing with. You don't understand how much we need that product or that service you won't even tell us about. You don't understand how much we need to change our lives in the way that God sent you to this planet and put you through the exact trauma to make you give a damn about changing that part of our life. And you won't even bust a move, man, because you're trying to do it perfect when God already decided you was perfect, or he wouldn't have gave you the idea. But this is the second way perfectionism gets us messed up, man. It makes us too slow to move. So some people never start, but then it's us, this other, check it out. If you were to study people who really make large scale changes to make their ideas a reality, what you're going to find is that Most people have instincts that value both speed and flexibility, like how fast you're going to get it done, and then how open you are to changing with the environment as the environment demands it, right? As a perfectionist, I want you to start to learn to have the confidence to start now, knowing that you can adjust as you move, because that's the whole purpose of movement, to help you adjust. I talked about a boat, I talked about an airplane, but my goodness, if you just think about how you drive a car, you see the road is straight. So how come your steering wheel keeps on going from right to left? Like, what's going on there? I'll tell you what's going on there. You're driving, my friend. You're moving forward, and therefore you're able to adjust. Imagine trying to steer that thing while you're still in park. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? Somebody say, I can adjust, and give me a share if you're ready for number 3. I can adjust. I can adjust, and give me a share if you're ready for number 3. I can adjust. See, these are the affirmations that help you to reverse that mindset. These are the perceptions. These are the perspectives that we adopt that allow us to push the stuff that isn't as helpful out of our mind. You can't erase some of these thoughts. Sometimes you got to focus on replacing these thoughts. And that's what we do every morning here. If you're ready, let's go. I can adjust. That's right. I can adjust. I can adjust. I can adjust. That's what we're saying here. We're saying I can adjust. That's right. I can adjust. That's right. I can adjust. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Here's number 3, man. Here's number 3. Here's number 3. We ready? We ready? Here's number 3. Check it out, y'all. What I want you to understand is that the third way that perfectionism leads to poverty is it has you procrastinating, right? It has you procrastinating. Have you ever really thought about how closely procrastination is linked to perfectionism? What you have to understand, and I've talked about this before, right? A lot of times we're calling perfectionism, what we're doing is we're looking at it like perfectionism is this thing that is based around the fact that we want it to be right. I'm trying to say this perfectly. But perfectionism is really based around the fact that we fear we're wrong. Does that make sense to somebody out there? Perfectionism is really based upon anxiety instead of anticipation. Does that make sense? Millionaires, I want you to think about something this morning. If you really decide to switch your mindset to, let's say it's the first day of school, right? And this kid number 1 shows up, and it's just insane noise in this room. People running past him in slow motion with their jacket. The teacher's in front of the room. He's never seen this many children at one time. The lights are bright. The noise is crazy. Man, that little kid wants to hug his mama's leg and never let go, right? Because it's like, what the hell is this? And the brain is not a happiness device. The brain is not a fulfillment device. We just talked about this yesterday, right? The brain is a survival device. So the brain is screaming like, what the hell? What makes it so kid number 2 walks in the room and it's like, yes, let's go. You know what happened with kid number 2? Kid number 2's father brought him to the school the day before, and they looked in the window, and he said, son, that's where your teacher's gonna stand. Son, that's where all your new best friends are gonna hang up their clothes and stuff. Look, son, I wonder which desk is gonna be yours. Oh, what you think you're gonna have for lunch? Do you think your best friend is gonna be a boy or a girl? What you think y'all are gonna talk about? What kind of stuff do you want to learn? Do you think your teacher's going to be nice? Do you think she's going to be? Is she going to be funny like your mommy? So what we've done here, you hear me? If you get it, let me see in the comments, anticipation over anxiety. You hear me? Anticipation over anxiety. If you feel what we just now did there, somebody say anticipation over anxiety. See, procrastination is because you're fearing getting it wrong. Procrastination is that you're fearing that no one's going to like it. Procrastination is that you've got anxiety instead of anticipation. If that makes sense to you, let me see it and give me a share. Let me see it and give me a share. I got two more for you. 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 That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Let's go. That's great leader energy. Anticipation over anxiety. That's right. Anticipation over anxiety. That's right. That's right. That's right. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Here's the fourth problem I got for you. Here's the fourth problem I got with you with this perfectionism curse, right? The fourth thing is that when you play perfectionist, what happens is you never know when good is good enough. Remember, I promised you a term that's going to change your life if you let it. Man, share this with somebody who keeps procrastinating, y'all. This is the term I want you to type in the comments. It's going to change your life if you hear me. MVP, y'all. MVP. Minimum viable product. Minimum viable product. Somebody type that in the comments. Minimum viable product. It ain't always a product, but I want you to understand the concept so that you get the power of changing your life with your mindset. Millionaires, instead of perfectionism, I want you to think minimum viable product, minimum viable presentation, minimum viable pitch, minimum viable goal. You hear me? Something is just outside of your reach. Just the minimum vibe. We just need to get started, baby. Minimum viable product. Minimum viable product. You hear me? Minimum viable product. Minimum viable product. And then share this thing with somebody that needs it. Share this thing with somebody that needs it. Minimum viable product. That's it. That's it. Minimum viable product. Do you understand what we're saying? We're saying don't worry about it being perfect. We just need the minimum viable product out there. We don't need iPhone 11, baby. iPhone 1 was enough to change the world. And some of them early ones I like better than some of the latest ones. I ain't going to lie to you. But this is what we got to understand. As perfectionists, we never know when good is good enough. A lot of people call this paralysis analysis. A lot of people call this paralysis analysis. What we're saying here is that we always think we need a little bit more information before we can get started. Let me get a little bit more. Instead, why not try to use more of your intuition, baby? Why not let God step in the gaps a little bit more? Can somebody give me that in the comments? Let God step in the gaps. See, whenever you know exactly what you're supposed to do next, that ain't God. That's you leaning on your own ego and your own sense of certainty and your own. Sometimes you need to remember favor ain't fair, baby. Sometimes you need to know when there's enough information to move forward. Sometimes you just got to listen when God's talking to you. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to get all spiritual. You know what I mean? Because maybe some of y'all have different precepts and concepts about how this thing works. But I don't care if you call it the universe. I don't care if you call it your inner intuition. I don't care if you call it Buddha. I don't care if you call it, you know what I mean? All I'm saying to you is that you can't keep leaning just on you. At some point, you got to let God step in the gap, baby. Sometimes you have to use minimum viable product and then let that bring you to the resources that's going to take you the next to the way. Sometimes you just got to take a couple steps towards God. Sometimes you waiting on somebody else to make a move. And it's like you sitting there at the chess table or you sitting there at the Monopoly board. You waiting, but it's your move. You know what I mean? If you're ready for the last one. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Here's the last one I got for you, y'all. Perfectionism leads to you looking for the right answer when there ain't one, y'all. You hear me? Perfectionism leads us looking for the right answer when there ain't one. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying to you? Very few situations in life have a perfect answer. You know what I mean? Sometimes we got to remind people ain't no perfect time, man. It just be a perfect opportunity. Ain't no perfect time, y'all. It'd be a perfect opportunity. You hear me? So what if we decided instead to look at ourselves as incrementalists? It ain't about your last breath. It's about your next breath. Can somebody give me that in the comments? It's about my next breath, not my last breath. It's about my next breath, not my last breath. We're going to start to think about success like breathing. You hear me? You hear me? You hear me? We're going to start to think about success like breathing. Somebody give me that in the comments. It ain't about my last breath. Not yet. That's important too. But it's about my next breath is what's vital. My next breath is what's vital. You hear me? Millionaires, let's become incrementalists. Let's become incrementalists, right? My mentor always says, inch by inch, anything's a cinch. By the yard is hard, but inch by inch. Mr. Les Brown says it all the time. Inch by inch, anything's a cinch. Millionaires, let's just start to focus on direction rather than speed. You hear me? Let's just focus on direction. Let's just make sure we're moving in the right direction, but that we're moving in the right direction. You hear me? There's a difference between being patient and stagnant. And there might be 10 paths to reaching your goal. So when one door closes, that's a signal that you're supposed to do it another way. If this means to you what you say it does. Now, see, if it doesn't mean enough to you, that's a whole different training. But I'm talking to those of you that know that you're supposed to be doing something a little bit more, or a little bit different, or a little bit bigger. And you keep on letting these voices of inadequacy play games with you. I'm going to remind you again this morning, the greatest trick the devil ever pulled, the first trick the devil ever pulled was getting us to focus on scarcity when we were surrounded by abundance. I love y'all. If you're ready for your affirmations, I don't know if you know, but it's 667-776 win one, no passcode. 667-776 win one. All right. That's the line where you can call in and do your affirmations with us. Also, special request, if you would be willing to do a testimony about our training, can you please reach out to me and let me know? You can join our text message system as well. And then you can reach out through there if you text message @MillMind to 81010. But we are looking for anyone who has cool testimonies about how they've used information or how they've used our trainings, our classes. Maybe there's a special Kaizen Academy that you like, that you want to make sure that people know about. But we definitely would be honored if you would, kind of reach out and let us know you'd be willing to do that. At the point you do that, then I can send you a link to be able to leave the review. You can do a written review. You can do a video review, which of course would be the best, or you can do a verbal audio review. So when you reach out to me, I'll just need your first name, your last name, and your phone number. And I can send you the link, and then you'll be able to leave the review. And then people will be able to Google it and stuff when they're looking for information about Millionaire Minded. Appreciate that, y'all. I love you. Repeat after me. It goes like this. I am so happy.